everybody. So we're going to make a podcast icon because if you were going to be doing this in the real world, you would make one of those. And we're going to follow Apple's guidelines for the podcast icons that people make for Apple Podcasts. And we're going to do that using the website Canva, which I am just kind of amazed at. It does so many different cool things. So once you go in there, and I think you have to make an account first, I already have one, you're going to go up here and hit create a design. Now, there are so many different things that you can make. For example, check out the Zoom virtual background. That looks like fun. Flyers, posters, t-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff here. But anyway, we are going to go to custom size, and we're going to tell it that we want to make a square, and the square is going to be 3000 by 3000 pixels. That's what that stands for. So we're going to create a new design. Here we go. All right, so now I'm into the designing process. And something that I know that Apple recommends is that you keep your icon for your podcast very simple. And I have been thinking, what could I even make a podcast about? Really anything, but of course it would probably be language arts related or English related. So how about poetry? And what if I wanted to, my podcast, the premise is going to be that I'm introducing students to all different poets and looking at all the different branches of poetry there are, and maybe the interrelationships between different types of poems. So I'm going to go for a cheesy name. I'm going to call mine Mrs. Gibson's Poetry. And I'm going to do a sort of play on words there. I'm going to include a tree. I'm going to put a tree on my picture. So I have all different kinds of things that I can pick from over here, templates. And if I wanted to type in tree and make it really easy on myself, then I could choose some things that are already designed that look pretty cool, and I could plug those in. Like, I think that's kind of cute. And it doesn't have to, just because the text says land love doesn't mean that it has to stay like that. I can change that over there if I want to. I could also upload things from my own computer, or I could go to photos that are already in here. And so what happens when I tell it tree? Oh, wow. Okay. I don't just have tree, I have nature, forest, mountains, beach. Wow, all different kinds of choices. But I think, again, the purpose here is to make a podcast design. So I really do want to keep it kind of simple. What happens if I put in cartoon tree? Oh, wow. Okay. I get some cartoon trees. So let's just say, this isn't my favorite, but let's say that I wanted to make that my tree. And now I'm going to make that, now it's fine size-wise. Now I'm going to add some text. And let's see, I get all different kinds of choices here. Because that's kind of willow-y, I think I want to go with maybe something a little more solid looking. Cold, smooth, and tasty. Okay. That looks good to me. But I'm going to obviously change that because that's like some kind of brewing logo and that's not really appropriate. So here we go. I want it to say Mrs. No, that's too big. Mrs. Gibson's. And I'm going to split up the text a little bit, I think. We're going to like put that up there. And then, I want it to say poetry down at the bottom, but I want it to be, like I said, a play on words and kind of, you know, a tree for a poet. So poet, tree. And I love peace and joy. Let's see there. Oh, that's teeny tiny. So I have to resize it. I'm gonna spread that out over there and click in there. Ugh. Capital letters. Poet tree. And down there, they're like teeny tiny little words. I don't want those, so I'm just erasing that. And here, I definitely want that to be way bigger, so I'm going to resize it. What's that look like? That's pretty good. All right, but all the text is over there to the side, so I'm gonna try to move that. Move it. Okay, that's kind of balanced. I don't know, I don't love it. Well, you know what? I can mess with it more as I go, but what is elements? Can I make it more fun? Ooh, I can put a background on it, and I'm gonna right click and see, yes, I can send backward. Oh, that's too far. Backward. How about send to back? Well, I want my tree in the front. Send to, oh well. Maybe I need to do that in a different order next time. Or maybe that, what happens if I resize that? That's odd because then it gets rid of the tree, but I really like that tree, but I like this tree too. That's kind of cute. All right, so you know what? I'm just messing with it, but this is my icon. So let's say that I'm happy with this and I want to keep it the way it is. I'm going to hit download. We're going to leave it as a PNG, and I'm going to just hit the download button. And then it tells me it's prepared. Oh, there was a little quote from Charles Eames there. Anyway, okay. So, it called it cold, smooth, and tasty. That's kind of goofy. But you know what? I'm going to open it and see what I got here. Hey, it's my little icon. And here's where I'm going to save it, probably to my desktop, so that I have it. And actually, I already made one a bit better. No, I don't want to replace that. But that's the one that I made before that I thought was cuter. Anyway, that's what you do. It's just that easy. Thanks.